YouTube. I thought I'd bring you outside for a change because it's actually a really nice day and the weather's not too bad at the moment. It's actually really glorious if you'll look behind me. I've just come out of doing a rehearsal for a piece that I'm doing on my own, and it's weird. I'm actually more nervous about doing a piece that I'm not getting marked on than I am about the work that I'm getting marked on. I think it's because this was solely my idea, and it's sort of on a subject that's very dear to me and something that is pretty much the reason why I'm a performer. And it got me thinking as to what I'm going to be like when I leave. Is that, am I going to trust in everything that I do? Because there's been stuff that I've come up with before that I've not really trusted because I'm worried of what I might think about it. I think that's a bit of an artist's complex, really, is that you're never really truly happy about what you make, but at the same time you should always make work that makes you happy. I've just realised that I've come, look at that, you can see Trimo House behind me. I think I'm going to walk down the hill because I quite like the scenic route at the moment. Yeah, so I was just thinking that, you know, it's almost like when people cook for you and they're never too happy, they never really want to eat what they've made because, you know, to them they think, oh, it's not quite good enough, it's not quite there. But yeah, I think artists and performers are the same, really. Very rarely do I make any kind of work and think I'm entirely happy with that. I very rarely think I couldn't have done better than that. And that's not because I've got any doubts in my mind that my work is good. It's just that kind of feeling of, I know I could have done something else. I know I could have done better. And the same with my marks in anything. I got 66% for one of my last assessments, and the first thing that came through my head was, shit, that's like 4 marks off a first. And people always say to me, like, you know, don't think like that, don't think, oh, you know, I could have done better. But actually, the complex of the way I think, and as a performer, and as, like, just in my nature, you are very more inclined to want to think I could have done better. But I think from now on, I will push myself to do better than the marks that I get, because I want to get really good marks, and I will push myself as a performer to make better work because I believe that I deserve to make better work and my audience deserves to see me do better work. But also, I'm willing to kind of cut myself a bit of slack when it doesn't work out and not be so hard on myself, because I think recently I have been quite harsh and quite critical of myself when things haven't gone particularly to plan. Yeah, I think that's just something that we can all take away from that. Just, you know, anyone who's kind of given themselves a bit of a hard time about, oh, I didn't do quite so well at this work, or I didn't quite do as well at this exam as I should have done. You know, obviously, if you've not done any revision, if you've not done anything to help yourself get to where you want to be, then fair enough. But if you've worked your damnedest and, you know, you've worked your hardest to get to that point and it's not worked out, there's no point, like, beating yourself up about it, because what's done is done. And, you know, I know that I'm not perfect as a performer. I will never ever say that I am perfect, because I'm not. But I know what I'm good at. And there's no point trying to push yourself to be something that you're not, because then you'll actually inhibit yourself as a performer and as a person in general, I think. So this has kind of been me having a little bit of a rant, but it was kind of the one thing that's been, like, playing on my mind recently, and I thought that I would show you one of my old performance areas. This is where this is where Pellar performed a little while ago. So, oh God.